Hello, friends, and welcome back. I have titled this conversation as Freedom from Ego, a free will activation journey, because this interaction will help you shift from ego will to free will. Now, you have the free will to listen to this as a meditation, podcast, or conversation. The choice is absolutely yours. While I created this for my participants from the Law of Attraction Championship, anybody can listen to this and understand how the 13 egos drive our life on a daily basis. So, the objective is to help you rise above the 13 egos and take decisions and actions from your free will. But before we start, let's understand what is ego. So, ego is an unhealthy belief which makes you feel very important. It converts your confidence into arrogance. It destroys your long term goals for short term satisfaction. It makes you feel bigger than others for a short time. So, you can say ego is desperately trying to protect the perception you have about your own self, which you are not. Now, what is free will? Free will is your inner power to consciously choose what you think, feel, and act instead of reacting automatically from your past conditioning or ego. In this conversation, I have made an attempt to weave in the 13 types of ego into daily situations by recreating some experiences and situations when we tend to operate from our ego will. So, in case you do not resonate with the situation, please think of a situation or experience in your life when you operated from that particular ego and then visualize how would life be if you operate from free will. Please listen to this as often as you can so that you become more aware of your ego will and start taking actions from your free will. Trust me when I say this conversation can change your life for good and forever. So close your eyes and keep it closed till the end, visualizing everything I tell you from now on. So take a deep breath and exhale slowly. Let's begin by connecting with your breath. Inhale to the count of 2 and exhale to the count of 4. Now inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale to the count of 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And for the last time, inhale to the count of 6 and exhale to the count of 8. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just be in that moment. Your body is full of oxygen. And now, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine and visualize what I'm going to say. It is a new day in your life. You have woken up feeling fresh and ready to create an amazing day. So let's begin with gratitude. As you speak these words, imagine a shower of white divine light flowing down from the universe, blessing you with healing and power. So say this in your mind. Thank you, universe, for all the good and great things I already have in my life. I forgive everyone, including myself, because I love myself. Thank you for watching over me and protecting me always. See that white light flowing through you, touching every cell in your body, empowering every cell in your body. You are now centered, grounded, with access to your free will. Now, as you begin your day, your spouse says something that triggers you. You feel like pulling away or lashing out. You become aware that the judgmental ego is activated. It is trying to protect the old identity of someone who always needs to be right to feel safe. But now, with free will, you pause for a moment. You say this to yourself: I choose connection over control. You breathe and respond with calm understanding. The whole situation becomes peaceful instead of painful, and you realize that you have started your day on a high frequency. Now, as you get ready for the day, you get to know that your child is still not out of bed and getting late for school. Frustration sets in. You notice that the blame ego is activated. You're blaming them for your own stress. This is protecting the identity of someone who doesn't want to take full emotional responsibility. But now, from free will, you ask, what can I do to make this situation better? You offer support. You guide them gently, and you grow together. Now, as the day goes by, you are in a professional environment and a boss gives you a challenging project. Fear kicks in. You sense the fearful ego is active. It wants you to avoid risk. It is protecting the identity of someone who believes, I cannot fail. But with free will, you choose to trust yourself. You remind yourself, I have got what it takes. And you take the first step anyway. Now, as we move on, you are involved in an argument with someone. You feel the urge to explain or defend your position aggressively. But then you realize the justification ego is activated. It is protecting an identity that needs to prove its worth. But from free will, you take a deep breath and say, how can I listen deeply and create alignment? Now you listen, you speak calmly, and you build trust. You're feeling happy that 1/3 of the day has passed by and you have used your free will. As you move towards afternoon, you hear about someone like you who got more successful than you. You feel a sting of comparison. You recognize the jealous ego is active. It is protecting an identity that feels less than or not enough. But from free will, you smile and say, there is more than enough for all of us. And you bless them with more success while moving towards your own. Post lunch, you are in a get together or meeting and you hesitate to speak. You feel small. You realize that the shy ego is activated. It is protecting the identity of someone afraid of being judged or rejected. But now, from free will, you remind yourself my voice matters, my presence is powerful, and you speak up even if your voice shakes. And as you overcome the shy ego and speak up, you are tempted to say things which you have never achieved. In short, you are tempted to impress, but you catch yourself pretending or showing off. The fake ego is activated, trying to hide the real you behind a mask. It is protecting the identity that thinks being real isn't good enough. But from free will, you drop that act. You say, I am enough just as I am. And you choose to connect with authenticity. As the day progresses, you see a message which criticizes you. You feel like you have been attacked and you want to fight back. You notice the know it all ego has been triggered, defending the identity that always has to be right. But with free will, you ask yourself, is this worth my peace? You choose to stay calm and focus on what truly matters. You handle multiple things and you know you're good with it. But you are stuck with something. You're struggling but refuse to ask for support. The do it yourself ego is active. It is protecting the identity of someone who knows everything. With free will, you tell yourself, asking for help is a strength, not a weakness, and you reach out. Working through the day, you get an amazing idea, but you decide not to present it because you feel someone might judge you. But you just recognize the other people's opinion ego. It is protecting the identity of someone who only feels safe by fitting in. But from free will, you say, I honor my truth, not their opinion. And you move forward and share your thoughts with confidence. And as time goes by, you meet a friend who tells you about a gym membership as he feels you are ignoring your health. You make an excuse and avoid the conversation. The comfort zone ego whispers, do it later. It is protecting the identity of someone who avoids challenge to stay safe. But from free will, you say, I choose progress over comfort, and you sign up and take action to improve your health. Now think about this. You have been avoiding a task like making a presentation or something similar for quite some time. But now you notice the excuse ego is active, trying to protect the identity that fears failure. And you pause and say, I take full responsibility for my choices. And you take the action you were avoiding. Now, as you complete that task, you receive a message from someone asking for help, which requires you to stay back, though it's not your work. You are tired, you have got your own work, but still you feel compelled to say yes. You recognize the people pleasing ego is now active. It is whispering, if everyone around me is happy, I will feel safe, accepted, and valued. It is protecting the identity of the helpful one, the nice one, the one everyone can count on. But beneath that, there is fear of rejection, of not being enough unless you put others first. But with free will, you take a deep breath and say, my needs matter too. I choose being honest to myself. You respond with kindness and clarity, setting a healthy boundary. And for the first time in a long time, you feel free. The day is about to end. You are now back in your bed, thinking about your day. And something within you feels so powerful. You live today with awareness. You didn't let your ego will run the show. You made conscious choices from your free will. And now you feel joy. A joy that vibrates at 540 Hz, the frequency of inner power and love. Now let that joy expand. Stay in that frequency for a while. Because you know tomorrow will also be an amazing day. Because you are not driven by old programming of the ego will. You are awake, aware, and free. Now, whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes, smile, breathe, and go live with your truth. Live every moment with free will, the power to choose. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next session.